take the opportunity to run through a question on the factorial notation as well as the things to take note of. Now, the question here is circled in red. You are asked to find, based on the definition of factorial, n fact over n minus r factorial. If you were to remember the definition of the factorial, which is n factorial equals to this whole red chunk over here, as I'm highlighting in the boxes, which is the numerator basically. So what you're going to do is you're going to go and try to expand everything based on n times n minus 1 times n minus 2 times n minus 3 for the n factorial. And likewise for the denominator, any number factorial, you just need to keep on multiplying by minus 1. So you treat it like a countdown game. It's like trying to say, oh, okay, I have a number 10. I'm going to count down from 10, 9, 8. Each time I count down, I keep on decreasing all the way, keep on decreasing by 1, all the way until I reach things like 3 times 2 times 1, then I stop. So based on this definition, I have written down the respective numerators and the denominators, and then you have noticed that r and n are positive integers. So because n and r are positive integers, you will notice that n minus r is definitely smaller than n. So now, given that this is the fraction, you will notice that there have to be some cancellation somewhere, especially at the like terms, right? Notice that here it's going to be cancelled away, and likewise here it's going to be cancelled away. Then your question to me is, how about the rest of this, right? How about the rest of this? Actually, if you haven't noticed, if you haven't really noticed, like I told you, n minus r is definitely smaller than n. So I can just like directly assume that this n minus r over here would lie somewhere in between here. It will lie somewhere in between here such that the cancellation can go on and on and on and on safely until somewhere around this place. Then all these terms cancel out in red is going to be truncated. So what I have here is approximately an n minus r. Now, recall the definition of factorial. You know that every time there's a factorial, we are going to count down all the way until 1. But now, since there are some terms that get truncated away, especially the whole denominator gets truncated away, what you're going to say is that for n minus r, please give me a moment. Okay, sorry. So I'm going to say that for n minus r, what is going to happen here is that on the right hand side, like I told you, you are going to come down all the way until you reach 1. So on the right hand side, you are going to get this whole thing minus 1. What is this whole thing? This whole thing, let me highlight you here in blue, is n minus r. This blue chunk minus 1. But you know, of course, the cancellation cannot just go on and on and on and on, right? You know that you have heard the Chinese phrase 有始有终, which means you must start somewhere and you must stop somewhere, right? So on the left-hand side, because the left-hand side is not cancelled away, so I'm going to think about what is it on the left-hand side. So on the left-hand side, because going to the right, I subtracted by 1. So on the left-hand side, my factor is going to be plus 1. Because what I'm doing is I'm basically doing the reverse. So again, this is the blue color highlighted. This one is a plus 1 because it's on the left-hand side of n minus r. Then this is, you have to compare this and this match. This one gets cancelled away. Goodbye, get lost. This one also gets cancelled away. Goodbye, get lost. So upon simplification, you are going to be counting down all the way, starting from n times n minus 1 times n minus 2 plus dot 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 all the way continuously until you reach this place. Then you stop. So the answer, the very simple answer is that if I were to simplify this, it is going to be n times n minus 1. Then it's going to be all the way until you reach n minus r plus 1. Okay, so I hope that this explanation helps, and thank you for your time. That's all.